It's Travel Michigan. I'm Dave Lorenz, along with Michelle Grinnell. And Michelle, we're heading up north.
We are headed to Mackinac Island, and we are talking with Todd Calwart, who is the president of Island House Hotel. Todd, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
So you guys have some new news, a new dining room that we will talk about, but let's just start with the Island House Hotel and what guests enjoy when they come to visit you.
Well, the Island House is the oldest hotel on Mackinac Island. It was built in 1852, and it's pretty much a family hotel. We have an indoor pool, and this year we just put in a brand new dining room and a new terrace out front to enjoy the view of the water. It's a quiet hotel outside of town. You don't get the downtown noise, but it's very close, so it's very accessible.
Well, you know, Todd, you're the oldest hotel, thus you can quite rightly say you are number one on the island.
Absolutely number one on the island in more than one way. It's kind of fun being that way. It's a great distinction being the oldest hotel and the only hotel that's located inside the Mackinac Island State Park, too.
Yeah, I guess I didn't realize that. Can you explain how that works? A lot of people probably don't know that the island is mostly a state park.
Yeah, about 85% of the island is state park, and basically the rest of 15% is for commercial and residential. So it's kind of neat living in a place where you know that it's not going to ever get overgrown, and because it's protected by so much, and it's really great to be part of the island. It's really a nice thing to have.
Well, let's talk about the setting of the Island House for just a minute. You've been kind enough to allow me to stay at the Island House many times, and often I'm on one of the rooms that is toward the front of the hotel. And tell us about that view.
Well, it overlooks the Hammoney Bay, is what they call it. It's right across from the public yacht marina, and you see the freighters going by. It almost seems like you can reach out and touch them because they get so close to the island there. And you can see the two lighthouses that are directly in front of the hotel. One that's on Round Island, and one's right in the middle of the channel. And the two break walls, as you come into the harbor, you see the ferries come in and out. And they have a lot of big yachts coming in and out all the time, too. It's a great place to just sit back, relax, and just watch the time go by.
Yeah, speaking of time, you know, the whole island, you feel like you're in another time. But the hotel is quite old, and similar to Grand Hotel, you've gone through, you know, growth and expansion over the years, and it really creates for an interesting environment within the hotel itself.
It really does. There's and you get there, you know you're not in a Holiday Inn when you get there. It's you have to take turns. We have a lot of directional signs in the hotel, so it's not a multi-level, that's for sure.
But you do have new things happening. You have a new dining room. Tell us about that.
Dining room, we haven't done it, remodeled it in about 25 years. And this year we put a pretty radical change on it. We've installed the windows that are along the east wall back in. They were in there back in the 50s, and when they did a remodel back in the 50s before my family owned it, they boarded all those windows up. So it was somewhat of a darker dining room. So we took the whole wall off and added 8 windows down that side. So there's light throughout the whole dining room. We kind of did it in a cottagey feel, all bright colors and chandeliers that are like a Tiffany chandelier, and it's a wooden floor back when they had in the day. There's a few pieces of carpet throughout it, and a nice square bar in the back.
Well, you know, I'm looking forward to seeing that myself. One of the great things about, is it still called the 1812?
1852.
1852. I know I'd get the number wrong.
The year we opened our doors.
Yeah, the 1852 restaurant. Well, one of the things I really like about it is that you have those big, huge, almost like floor-to-ceiling windows up front looking toward the south. So you have that great view. And now we'll have a nice view and getting some light from that east side as well. Of course, you know, you can remodel a restaurant, but if the food is not great, it's just a nice-looking restaurant. I have to say,
I agree.
You serve some of the best meals on Mackinac Island.
I think we do serve the best meals on Mackinac Island, and we have a great chef, Phil Cromer. He came back from being off the island for 7 years. Last year was his first summer, and he got his feet wet, and he's got a great new menu for this year that we're looking forward to serving, and I think it's going to be, I mean, there's a lot of fresh stuff on the menu. We're going to do fresh salmon, wild caught, and there's most of the menu is all gluten-free, too, because that's the course that a lot of people are taking, and we've accomplished having 90% of our menu gluten-free. So it's a really nice restaurant, nice food.
Todd, when folks come and stay with you, obviously they're going to want to get out and explore the island a little bit as well. What are some of the things that you recommend that they do or the can't miss stops on the island?
I think can't miss is Fort Mackinac. A lot of people look up that hill and they don't want to go up there, but it's definitely worth the climb. I'd suggest a carriage tour. They'll drop you right up at Fort Mackinac. They have live reenactments throughout the whole year. I would not miss that. Bike ride around Mackinac Island, pretty leisurely hour ride. There's lots of places to rent bicycles. Sunset at night on the boardwalk is also a can't miss. Those are probably the most important things to do, and there's lots of shopping downtown too.
Well, isn't it funny? You go to Mackinac Island, and unlike so many other places, the attractions there are so much, naturally based and historically based, and not just kind of like almost tricks of the trade to get you there. It's just a different feeling being on Mackinac Island.
It really is. A lot of people they step back in time, but it really is a step back in time on Mackinac. There's golfing on Mackinac at Washkama Golf Course that was built in over 100 years ago, and it used to be an old battlefield. And we're doing a reenactment of the Battle of 1814 this summer, which is pretty exciting. You can watch a reenactment and then golf 18 holes after it.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. I've been there many times, and just to think that that played an important role in that War of 1812 to 14 was pretty interesting as you walk around there and realize this beautiful place you're golfing. People fought a battle, for independence there. So it's an interesting place. Well, the entire island is, and of course, the Island House is going through this really kind of interesting renovation at the restaurant itself. Still, all the amenities that you've come to expect, and getting that feeling of being away in a different time, but still with the kind of the modern amenities as well. You're going to love it. The Island House Hotel, open right now, waiting for you. And for more information, just go to theislandhouse.com. They'll fill you in on all those opportunities, treating you there for over 150 years. Thanks to Todd Callowert, president of the Island House Hotel, for joining us today and filling us in on getting ready for the island. I am ready. I am really ready to head up to Mackinac. I can't wait.
Well, I told you that was one of my 2 New Year's resolutions this year was to go to the island, because it's been a little while since I've been up there.
Well, too often we kind of do that to ourselves, don't we? We kind of put things off, and before you know it, time has gone by, another year has gone by, maybe 2, and you intend to do that. That's really a problem with our society today, is that things are so rushed. We kind of put things off that really enrich our lives, and that's kind of what makes Mackinac and so many places around Michigan so very vital to our kind of existence as human beings. We got to get out there and enjoy ourselves a little bit more. It truly is important, and we make it easy for you to figure out where you want to go to enjoy yourself. We invite you to check out our website, michigan.org, for all that information about traveling around the state. Maybe you are looking for that kind of back-in-time experience, and you can look up information about Mackinac Island. Maybe you're looking for kind of a wilderness experience in a place like the Upper Peninsula, or a city experience, interesting places like Detroit and Grand Rapids and so many other cool places, or maybe a museum experience, like we have so many great museums like the Henry Ford and so many others. So we invite you to do a little research before your trip, and you can do it all at michigan.org. Make sure that you order your Michigan travel guide right now for spring and summer. It's available right now. It's absolutely free. You can do that at michigan.org as well. So do all your research in advance, and then once you get there, no worries, just do it all and have a great time. As we always say, your trip begins at michigan.org. We're going to find out what's happening at the Henry Ford next, right here on Travel Michigan, where your trip begins at michigan.org.